Hello, my pretties, and welcome to Deanna Creates. In today's video, we are going to be starting our first Halloween project, and we are going to be using this Scaredy Cat paper from Reba Rose Designs. I don't think there's anything that says a Halloween better than a beautiful black cat. So let's just get started. So we're going to be using this paper. We're going to be doing just a little simple frame project. And so this is just a little frame, a 4x6 frame that I got at the dollar store. I've had it for a while. We are going to be using a mold. This is from the IOD. It's one of the first generation molds. So it's kind of an old mold. And then I have some sentiments that we're going to use, and then some fun metallic paints and glazes. And so let's just get going. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to cut out our little cat here, and I'm going to be using this one right here. This jack-o'-lantern is carved out, but I thought the coloring would be good in the black frame and help it stand out a little more. I really love these two with the black grayish, but I'm going to cut them out instead of doing the water method because I want this to be a little more precise in my frame. And this is my first time using these papers from Reba Rose Designs, so I'm excited to work with these. She just had some really, really beautiful Halloween images. So you guys, what are you working on? Are you working on your fall projects? Are you starting on Halloween already? I'm moving straight to Halloween. If you've followed me for very long, or if you're new here, I love Halloween. I just love the magic of the season, and I just love working with all the fun things of Halloween. I love fall too, but Halloween, I'm always anxious to get started with Halloween. Okay, and so we are going to be doing, like I mentioned, the reverse decoupage. So what that means is you are just going to decoupage on the back of your frame. And so you're going to decoupage on the back and then put your paper face down. This still has a little bit of white on here. I can always blend it out with a little paint. I have a piece of black cardstock to go behind it. And so we're just going to take our decoupage medium. Let me put a little piece of paper here to help that. So we're just going to take our decoupage medium and we are going to just put this on the back of our glass. I really, really like using this method, especially if you're doing like some home decor. There's so many beautiful papers, and this just makes just a really gorgeous piece of home decor when you do it like this. I had a really pretty one that I did for my mom, and it was a bigger frame, and oh goodness, it turned out just so pretty and so easy. And so you're just getting a good coat on the glass. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to take your paper and you're just going to place it down. And then you're just going to smooth it out just like you would anything else. And then it looks like that. And any white that you kind of see, that will kind of dissipate after it dries. So we're just going to set that aside. And then what I want to do is I want to start working on this frame. So I want to kind of bling this frame up a little bit. So I have this mold that I've cast by clay, and it's really a delicate mold, so I'm gonna try to be careful and not break it. I use clay. I use the IOD clay, not IOD clay, but I use clay, the paper clay, because I like that organic look that it gives to things, and I don't really like working with the resin. I just don't like the chemical of that. So we are going to put this on here, and we are going to paint it first. Just wanted to kind of place it and see how that's going to look. But before we even do that, I want to use some of these metallics. So these are by Paint Couture. I have the Harvest Maple Metallic, I have the Black Pearl, and then I have this Black Chiffon Glaze. And so I knew when these came out that I wanted to use these for Halloween. And so I got these from Robin at Robin Song, and she did a project where she cast this butterfly in black resin, and then she put this Harvest Maple orange color on top, and oh my goodness, it was stunning. So I'm hoping that it looks good on this frame. I just wanted to give it just a little something extra to kind of make the frame stand out. So it's just not just a plain black frame. It may take a couple coats, but we'll get started with it. So I'd love for you guys to tell me in the comments if you guys are trying any kind of new products this year, anything fun that you've seen, that you're making. I would love, love, love to hear that. Oh, this is really, really pretty, you guys. So you can kind of see how that's looking. I'm going to probably be doing a lot with decoupage papers. I found another company that had some really cool Halloween ones. I think it was Decoupage Central. They had some really fun Halloween papers. And so I have some projects in mind for those. And then some other things. You'll just have to stay tuned to see what all we're going to do. Yeah, this might take a couple coats of this to get it exactly how we like it. And I may also go over it with that glaze. Just to give it kind of that look I want. we're going to just let this dry a little bit and work on painting our mold that we're going to put on here. I do really like how this looks. I think the more that it dries, the better it will look. Okay, so let's set this aside. And let's paint our little mold here. Like I said, this one is kind of a delicate mold, just the way that it's shaped. There's all these little intricate things. And so that's the thing. Typically, I know when you do resin, that makes that a little bit easier, but. And so let's see, I think I am gonna do this in black, and then I will do the same thing with the orange. Or you know what, I think I'm gonna do the orange and go over it with that black glaze. So do you guys use molds in your projects? I have a lot of molds and I need to do better at doing that. I love them and I've been doing, trying to use them more and more. I have a cool project I'm working on. I didn't film it, but I can't wait to show you guys. You can watch for it on my YouTube community tab, and I'll post it on Instagram and Facebook. It would have made for a long video, and I don't want to take up a whole lot of y'all's time, so. And so when you're painting on these molds that you've done in clay, I mean, you just paint over them. Just like you would anything else. You just have to make sure that you get down like in kind of the nooks and crannies of it. And then the clay, you know, it just kind of absorbs that paint. You can use like a pouncer brush if that's easier. Whatever it is that you like. And I'm not too worried about it since I'm going to go over it with that glaze. So I'm not too worried about getting everything completely covered. That's really pretty. Really, really pretty. All right. That is getting dry. We may have to dry it. So here is how our little spooky cat is looking. We will put the black behind him too. But then I think we're going to blend out the paper a little bit with some black paint, just kind of on the back to kind of help blend it all in together. I don't have any of my other paint here, so let's see what that's going to look like. I think that's going to look okay once it's in the frame. All right, let's see how this is doing then, because we can't put him in really. We want to get it all done before we do that. So I'm going to take my heat gun just a little bit and try to dry this and speed things up a little. take this black chiffon and this glaze, and we're going to go over this frame. Get another stir. And so kind of what you do with the glaze is you put it on there, and then we're going to wipe parts of it off with a baby wipe. And so it's just going to really kind of, the metallic from underneath is just going to kind of show through, but yet it just gives it a good look. So it's just not matte black. So wherever you guys are, have you got some rain? Is it cooling off? Have you decorated for fall? I haven't got my front porch. I usually decorate my front porch. I have not got that ready yet. So I need to work on that. I do decorate it for the front porch for fall. And then as we get closer to Halloween, I'll put some Halloween things out. But our pumpkin patch, it opens on October 1st. So I can't wait to get some pumpkins. I almost ordered some from the grocery store last week, and I was like, Deanna, that's a little soon. So I refrained, but I love pumpkins. Okay, so now I'm just going to get my baby wipe. And I'm going to start to pull this back a little bit. Just kind of gives it, it's just a different look. It gets down kind of in the crevices. And so I'm hoping it just kind of pulls out all the colors of the thing. So here is how it looks. Doesn't that look neat? That is really what I'm going for there. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing with our little mold here. And then we're going to glue this on. Let's get another one. And so it really works good on that because it is getting down in those crevices. And I probably will hit that again once it's all really good and dry. Alrighty. So Now we are going to take our glue and we're going to glue this onto this frame. Go ahead and put it across here, and then I'll put it on the mold too. Like I said, this is still has not dried, so it is a little hard to work with. Oh, but it's gonna look so good. I can kind of lift it up. All right. So we are going to just let this sit all by itself and get all dry. Clean up some of that glue. And the good thing about the clay is you can just kind of keep going over it. Because as everything wasn't quite dry, it kind of pulled some of that back. But there's no problem with that because like I said, you can just begin to like bring all of that back. That's what's really great about these metallics. All right, and so then the next thing I'm gonna do is I wanna put a little sentiment on there. And these sentiments are from Creative Expressions, and they're just like Halloween sentiments. They have a white one and a black one. And I thought they were adhesive, but they're not. So we're just gonna cut one out. And there's one on here that says a Halloween hello, and I thought that would be good for the cat because he's kind of sitting on that pumpkin like he's saying hello to us. So I'm just cutting these out. I think that will go right there perfectly. I'm just going to go ahead and use my glue since I have some here. Oh, I don't want to put it upside down, which I almost did. Just trying to get it centered a little bit here. Right, so there's kind of our little frame right now. What do you guys think? I think it's really cute. All right, I think I've got some glaze here around the... So now we're just gonna put our little cat in here and we'll let all this dry, and I will come back and I will show you guys the final pictures of this when it's all done, because this still isn't dry on the inside. You can still kind of see it. So we are gonna just let it dry in the frame. And I may come back with this with some more paint and just kind of go around the edges of the cat a little bit. But I think it's gonna be so cute. Oh my goodness, y'all. So there is our little Halloween hello from this little black cat, this scaredy cat. And you can see just what a simple project this was, just, you know, a mold. If you don't have these, you could, you know, you could put anything up there. You could put some ribbon or, you know, some bling or really whatever it is that you want. You could put leaves up there. Just, you know, whatever inspires you. And again, you can do your frame however you want, and it just makes a really cute and quick piece of Halloween decor. And I just love how it turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love for you to leave me in the comments what you are working on for Halloween and what kind of scaredy cat projects you may have in mind. So as always, love and light to you all, and we'll see you again real soon.